So, a little explanation for why you're about to see what you're about to see. Back in 22, the latter part of 22, my brother was out in the yard or around the neighborhood or something, and he noticed that the power company was out and they were trimming trees around the power lines. And he said, "Hey, what you gonna do with those chips?" And they said, "I don't know. You want them?" He said, "Sure." So they dumped them off at his house. Earlier this week, Georgia Power was in the neighborhood trimming trees. I said, "Hey, what you gonna do with those chips?" Actually, I walked up to the chip truck had already gone. The cutting truck was parked in a driveway of an empty house down the street, and I said, walked up and said, "Hey, if y'all need a place to put those chips, you can dump them in my yard." He goes, "Where at?" Walked him down to the yard, pointed him and said, "You can dump them here." He said, "Blah, blah, 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 questions, talk, chatter, chatter, chatter." It's like, "Yeah." He goes, "How many you want?" I said, "I'll take 2 trucks. If you got them." He goes, "Sure. We'll be in the neighborhood for a couple of days." All right. The second truck showed up, and that's what I've got footage of the truck dropping off wood chips. Why on earth would you need this many wood chips? Well, I'm going to share some pictures, like here, of my brother laid out 2 garden beds about 3 feet thick in this wood mulch. I think one was like 20 by 14 or something, and one was like 22 by 22. And he leveled this out, and he did this one wheelbarrow at a time from his front yard to his backyard in November. And then in February, it had compressed down to about 8 inches. So from 3 feet, no more than what this, yeah, that's about 3 feet right there. It had compressed down to about that. And when you scratch back the top, it was just black underneath. Wood chips make for great compost. And if you think about the process of what a plant does, a plant takes the nutrients from the dirt, brings it up, they put it into the plant, or the tree in this case, in a slightly different form. Well, for it to be useful to another plant someplace else, you've got to put it back in the dirt. So what do? You take it and you transform it from the live living thing. You cut it down, you mulch it up, you let it rot, and it puts the nutrients back in the ground. So it's a circular thing. It pulls the stuff up out of the ground to make it live, it falls over, and it gives you more nutrients for that thing to, or the next generation of that thing to live. And so here is us getting some mulch. So purely inspired by my brother. This
pitchfork of a sort, which is only about 4 feet long. I think it's used for cleaning out stables or horse stalls. And this, I jokingly say it's almost as wide as it is tall, but it's a good 18 inches wide. This is at my brother's house. I said to myself, I don't know why I need it, but I need it. And then there was the mulch. And I'll put some of his pictures up. I thought I'll ask. He asked. So I got 2 huge, large piles of mulch. Now I have to move it by way of wheelbarrow until I bring the skid steer over. And then the mulch led to my brother's approach to putting down, I think he said 3 feet of mulch in his garden in November, which is obviously not November, and by February it was down to about 8 inches, and so that has led me to the hill culture. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it.
Too many hobbies, not enough time.
It's a theme song, y'all.